Good day, everybody. This is Kevin Hogan. I'm the author of The Psychology of Persuasion, The Science of Influence, 21 other books that have been translated into 43 languages all across the world. Thank you very much for helping make that happen. Today, my good friend Helena dropped me an email and then got me on video chat, and she asked me if I would put together a video specifically for women about how to reduce procrastination. No problem. So happy to help, and here we go. So when I'm assuming most people watching this are women, but if you're a guy, hang out, because the ideas here will apply. If you think about what women do really well, it's they make lists. Women write down what, for example, has to come home when they go to the grocery store. So you got to get milk, eggs, bacon, cheese, beans, lettuce, carrots, celery, and so on and so forth. And you get this whole long list, right? And you take this list and you go to the store and you end up with everything on the list. Now, this is no different than the list that she keeps on the counter, which says, take John to the doctor at 9 a.m., meet Mary for lunch at noon, pick up kids 3 p.m. at this. This is what women do better. They record information and data and things they have to do down on paper, and they do it better than men, and they do it more effectively. And what happens at dinner? If you're a woman and you're watching this, you happen to know that dinner turns out pretty much exactly how you planned it every single time. But when a man makes dinner, about 50% of the time, it turns out wrong. Why is this? It's because men don't write lists. Men are so afraid sometimes of putting things down on a list. Like, I can remember all of this. Here's the deal, you can't. No guy can. Nobody can. You can't remember all these things, and you won't be triggered often enough. So when somebody says, hey, Kev, how do I overcome procrastination? The beginning point, the starting point is really on the list. So I'm going to give you 2 tools today. The first one is the list. So for example, and specifically Helena was asking me about lists or procrastination as far as making money is concerned. Because she's taking care of the kids. You wake up in the morning, the woman wakes up in the morning at 7 o'clock and gets the kids to breakfast, and then she takes them to school, and then she goes to work, and then she comes home from work, and then she's got to make the husband dinner, and then put the kids to bed and all this kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, there's this little sliver of time that she can work on her own business or project or whatever fun thing she's doing. And the fact is that it's so important to her, but it's usually the last thing she does, and it's really, really hard to get it on the schedule because there's always something that goes wrong. We call those black swans, right? So this requires lists and time checks, okay? Lists and time checks. So make sure we have the first part right. The listing that you're going to do here now is for example, let's just say that you want to do a business project of some kind. You're going to write a book, or you're going to start an online business, or you're going to start your own multi-level marketing program. I don't care what it is. It doesn't make any difference what it is. You want to have a set of projects that you have to do today that are going to go on to your list, okay? And this list is just as important as the shopping list, and it's just as important as the kids list. And so you literally need to write at the top of each list, this must get done today, shopping for example. This must get done today, take kids to the doctor and go to lunch with Mary. And this list must get done today too. And it says, work on WordPress, get a Vada theme, try not to kill yourself in the meantime. Okay, so now you have 3 lists, right? Now, the only list I'm concerned about though, because these 2 lists have been worked on forever, they're perfect. 100% of the time, the food on the dinner, there's nobody ever makes tacos and the taco sauce isn't there. Or nobody makes tacos and the seasoning wasn't good, because she always gets it because it's always on the list, and she just buys what's on the list, right? It's a foolproof method. Thank God your airline pilot uses lists, and thank God smart doctors who have been humbled by the system of airline pilots telling everybody else, if you guys don't want to kill as many people, all you really have to do is do lists, checklists. They're so simple, okay? So now we're over here on this list, right? And this list has the 3 things that you're going to do today. You're going to work on your WordPress video, and then you're going to study up, you're going to read a little bit online on a blog, or you're going to watch a YouTube video on how to use the Avada theme, which is a cool theme for WordPress. And then you're going to actually add content to your WordPress website, okay? Because you must see progress. When you get home from the store, you see that you have done all of these things. You got all 62 items. When you get home from Mary's and from taking the children to the doctor and all those things, you see that you have made progress, okay? Progress is really important for your brain to see. It has to see, oh, I went from here to here, okay? The same thing is true over here. So if you just watch the YouTube video on Avada, no good. Okay, that did you no good because you see no progress. And if you just worked on your WordPress website and you were behind the scenes and you were doing SEO, you see no progress. Your brain is not that smart. It cannot get inside of the computer and go, oh, I bet you did stuff behind the front page there that your landing page is. You did SEO. No. You must do something that you can see progress on every single day on this list too, just like these 2 lists, okay? So what you're going to do is you're always going to finish up with a progress, an objective progress piece. That objective progress piece has to be something that's absolutely obvious that you did. You put a video up, you put some blog post up, you wrote an article, you changed something around on the front page. Whatever it is, you must be able to see that progress is made. If you do that, you will have mastered this first piece. And it's usually like a full day course to do this, and we did it in 7 minutes, give or take. The second piece is really simple, okay? But nobody does this, but this is what successful people, how they train themselves. This is how Olympians train themselves. Okay, so let's just say that you're going to do your website work from, I don't know, 9 to 11. Okay, fair enough. That seems reasonable to me. So what you're going to do is you're going to put just a little blank piece of paper, 9, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10, 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11 o'clock. And you're going to put your phone and you're going to set it to these times. Okay, and at the moment that the phone beeps, the alarm goes off, you are going to check that you were doing precisely what the top of the list says. Like, I will make progress on my WordPress website tonight, for example. All right, and each time, so it'll take about 15 seconds to reset the alarm for 9:15, 9:30, 9:45. You might be better at this than I am. You might have a phone that'll actually go off at all these times for you. It has to be every 15 minutes. I need to keep you on track and training your brain to do this as just as functionally as you do these 2 over here, because you're perfect here, 100%. And all we have to do to get you to succeed and stop procrastinating is to the exact same thing over here. So now your phone goes off at 9, 9:15, 10, or 9:30, 9:45, 10, 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11. And you know that you are doing precisely what you should be doing, and you're able to put a check mark on the list right next to the little 9 o'clock mark, boom, that you wrote down, check. And now between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, you will have gone through the entire 2-hour period with 100% accuracy. You didn't take time to do any dishes. You didn't take time to call the neighbor. You didn't take time to go on Facebook. I'll kill you if you do that. You didn't take time to do anything except for what you promised yourself you're going to do. You did this like you promised yourself, you did this like you promised yourself, and now you're going to do this like you promised yourself too. And that little checklist, that irritating checklist for the first 20 or 30 days, oh, you're going to hate me. And after 20 or 30 days, it's the same as a grocery list. Okay, guys, that's it. I'll see you here next time.